Have we even really seen Kyler Murray's ceiling yet with an offense that's been so horizontal? Because he's not only the guy who's got the Konami code with the rushing, but this guy can rope it down the field as well.
Right here.
I want to talk about Kyler Murray first, Johnny. I saw an interesting tweet from Ian Hartitz over at PFF. He says most fantasy points per game in a single season from QB in NFL history, and he lists the top 5 by year. 2019 was Lamar Jackson. 2020 was Dak Prescott. 2011 was Aaron Rodgers. 2018 was Patrick Mahomes. 2010 was Mike Vick. And you see all their points per game. Lamar Jackson, best quarterback season in fantasy ever, was 27.7. But he makes an interesting note that in 2020, Johnny, Kyler Murray was on pace at 29.3 to shatter that points per game in weeks 1 through 10 before his shoulder injury. And so that's what I really want to get at. Have we even really seen Kyler Murray's ceiling yet with an offense that's been so horizontal? Because he's not only the guy who's got the Konami code with the rushing, but this guy can rope it down the field as well. So you get him the wide receiver help, and we're looking at a guy that can break fantasy football.
I definitely think he can. I mean, we saw it at the beginning of last season, right? Travis, Kyler Murray was going back and forth. You know, it was kind of like the Rocky versus, you know, and Rocky 1. They were just going back with Creed, you know, back and forth with who had the QB1 overall. And then Kyler got the shoulder injury, and that kind of set him back. Here's what's interesting, Travis. You know, you look at the weapons that they brought in, right? A lot of them are yak guys. You know, Rondale Moore, we'll talk about him in just a second. These are guys that are going to be able to, Kyler will be able to get the ball out quickly to them and let them do the work. And you love that, you know, from a fantasy perspective, because he's not getting injured, as well as you're getting yards, you're getting free yards. And so I think they're going to scheme. You talk about Kyler, or you talk about Cliff Kingsbury, you know, and the air raid, right? Well, 2 years ago, they had the most 4 wide receiver sets of any team. And it was a significant amount. It was 30% of their snaps were in 4 wide receiver set. Now, you can imagine they're probably going to do a lot of that this year, especially with no tight end as of right now. They drafted the rookie, you know, Rondale Moore. They've got Christian Kirk, on his last year of his deal, and then they brought in AJ Green, and it's just all spelling like he is going to have a dominant season.
Yeah, Groggy style in here saying Kyler has a very good shot at QB1 this year with all those weapons. I mean, that's the bottom line. Not only did he have it without the weapons, now we're going to add the weapons, get the weapons fully healthy potentially. And you add some red zone threats now, too, with A.J. Green in there, who's able to sky the ball and get up. And then, of course, DeAndre Hopkins.
I wanted to just follow up with one other stat with Kyler, Travis. That is, he was the #1 ranked quarterback last year in 3-step drops. Why is that significant? Well, like I said, they brought in weapons that will help get the ball out quickly. And when you're trying what does quickly mean? 3-step drop. He's already the best at it. It seems like it's all adding up to where Kyler really can make that. And you're talking about third-year quarterbacks in general make a huge leap in their third year. So I absolutely love Kyler Murray and his chances of being the #1 overall quarterback this year.
Yeah, Unc Phillips watching on Periscope. Thank you, 1964. Unc Phillips, 1964 says no excuses for KM, but really no excuses for Kingsbury here. Yeah. That's who's really going to have to get it done this year, and that'll be, you know, because they're not going to cut, you know, Kyler Murray or anything at this point. They would move on from Cliff Kingsbury, and that's where we're going. We want to talk about the draft kit. We told you it's that time of year again, Whisper Nation. The Fantasy Whispers draft kit is launching soon, and it's going to be better than ever this year. Our draft kit is fully loaded with premium player projections and rankings, consistency charts with over 3 years worth of data, cheat sheets, strength of schedule charts, and so much more. The TFW draft kit will be on sale July 1st for just $15. But if you order starting now, you can get it for the rest of this month for an incredible price of $10. Head on over to thefantasywhispers.com and get your draft kit today for
right here.
Oh, you watched the whole video? That's impressive. But if you want to learn how to dominate your draft or win your league, why don't you head on over to thefantasywhispers.com and grab your draft kit today? Or you could click the link in the description below. And if you're still not sold, check out one of these videos.